Hi you guys, this is Miss Evans. I am making this video because we may have some internet issues today. That's what the district told us. So I want to be prepared to make sure that you guys are set and ready to do the homework that you guys have this weekend, okay? So hopefully you won't need to watch this video, but I'm making it just in case. All right, so if you take a look, we're looking at the agenda. You have a vocab quiz today, so you're gonna go straight to MimBean first, and you're gonna take that quiz. I'll send you a message if we don't have internet or something's happening with Schoology. I'll either send it on Remind or through Schoology message letting you know when the quiz is open on MimBean. You're gonna take that quiz first, okay? After you do that, then you're gonna go to Schoology and you're gonna open the exit ticket for today. And this is what I have planned for us to do together as a class. So I'm gonna go ahead and just model what I want you guys to do in case I'm not able to do it with you, okay? So you're gonna, yours is gonna be opened up in Kami, but basically what this is a letter by Benjamin Franklin called The Whistle. And remember those questions that I had you guys do the other day? Let's go back to it first. It was these questions right here. The informational text and questions exit ticket. And I sent you guys a message yesterday saying, turn those in. Well, the reason why I really want you to do those, oops, I didn't do my homework either, look, is so that you could use the information, this information right here, use this information today. This is going to really help you on today's assignment. So these questions that we answered right here for the whistle, that is what we're going to be working with, okay, when we annotate. So if you have those, go back, do yourself a favor, go back and open this. Hopefully you followed my instructions right here and you downloaded it and it has all of your answers on it. If so, just go wherever you saved it, just go ahead and open that, okay? Because like I said, it's going to be very helpful to you, okay? All right, so let's get back to the text that we are going to annotate. So I put some instructions at the top of the text. They're not showing up here. Of course they're not showing up here because why would they? That would just be too easy for everyone. Hold on. I have them right here. I just have to click 1,000 places to get it open. But that's okay because that's our life right now. Click. Okay, so, a ver, here they are. Okay, so I'm just gonna show you. Yours is going to show it, mine isn't, but if you look right here, it tells you what you need to annotate for, what you need to read. It says read the following letter and annotate for the following, okay? It's not showing up on mine, but that's okay because that's my life right now. But for you guys, you'll see what to annotate. So the first thing says, excuse me, find textual evidence that shows the author's purpose, right? So if I go back to this, let me see if one of those questions asked about his purpose. According to paragraph 8, what is the purpose of Franklin's anecdote? What lesson does Franklin learn from his experience purchasing a whistle? So that's my clue. I'm like, paragraph 8, that's where I can look. So let me scroll. Where is paragraph 8? Right there. And it says, when I saw another fond of popularity, constantly employing himself in political bustles, neglecting his own affairs and ruining them by that neglect, he says, and pays indeed, said I too, much for his whistle. Okay, and let's see. Are my questions the same? Okay, yes. All right, so here's the part that is the clue to me for the author's purpose. He says, he pays indeed, said I too much, this thing. He pays indeed, says I too much for his whistle. So I'm gonna go ahead and highlight that because right here, it's showing me the lesson that I think he's learned, okay? There's my highlighter right there. Okay. So, and I'll just put like a little note to myself. I'm going to make a little text box. Boom. Say Franklin. Franklin realizes that we sometimes waste our money on things that don't really matter. Okay, I'm putting that there because, again, of what he said, of the part that I highlighted, right? He pays too much, I think, indeed, for his whistle. And I'm saying this because if you take a look, let's see if we remember at the top. When I was, okay, in paragraph 4, when I was a child of 7 years old, my friends on a holiday. Okay, so he talks about like how he went to the shop and he saw these toys. You know how little kids are, and they're like, ooh, ooh, ooh. And he bought this, he gave all his money and bought this whistle, right? My brothers and sisters and cousins, understanding the bargain I had made, told me I had given 4 times as much for it as it was worth. Meaning, dude, you just wasted your money on that, right? Put me in mind what good things I might have bought with the rest. You could have bought this other stuff. You could have bought some more candy, whatever, all right? And so he after they told him this, he's like, what? Why are you telling me this now? That I cried with vexation. Vexation, what does that mean? Well, your document is hyperlinked, so you can actually click on it and it'll take you to the definition. But my little cheesy definition right now is he just felt like he was stuck, okay? And so what they told him shook him. And he was just like, oh, feeling so bad, like I'm such a dope. This, however, was afterwards of use to me, the impression continuing on my mind, so that often when I was tempted to buy some unnecessary thing, I said to myself, don't give too much for the whistle, and I saved my money. So you know what? Even though this said paragraph 8, I'm going to also highlight this part right here. Don't give too much for the whistle. Only because I think this connects really well with what I highlighted down here. Franklin realizes that we sometimes waste our money on things that don't really matter. So even though he says don't give too much for the whistle, he's using this as a lesson for anything else. How do I know that? Because he said this. This, however, was afterwards. So after he bought the actual whistle, he used this lesson throughout the rest of his life. The impression continuing on my mind, so that often when I was tempted to buy some unnecessary thing, right? So I'm going to put that on there too, because this is a lesson that he learned. Whenever he's tempted to buy some unnecessary thing, he tells himself, don't give too much for the whistle. So for me, this speaks to his the author's purpose, right? So I'm going to put on here, his purpose is to inform others of his own mistake and to persuade others not to make the same mistake. Okay? So if I go back and I'm going to double check, is that what I was supposed to annotate? Textual evidence that shows the author's purpose. Okay, so for me, I think this shows the author's purpose. When I saw another fond of popularity, okay, so he saw someone else who was doing the same thing he did, constantly employing himself in political bustles, neglecting his own affairs, and ruining them by that neglect, he pays indeed, said I, too much for his whistle. Okay, so he's trying to let people know about his mistake, and he wants to persuade them not to make the same mistake. Remember, when we talk about author's purpose, we are talking about PIE, persuade, inform, or entertain. Okay, and I think he's doing a combination of these things in his letter. All right, what's the next thing that we need to highlight for? Textual evidence that shows what the main or central idea is. So I'm going to go back here, and I know that's one of our questions, right? According to what's the moral lesson? Yeah, I think that's it. That's the same kind of question. So I'm going to go back to paragraph 4. What is the moral lesson? Remember, when we talk about main idea, we're asking ourselves the question. First of all, the topic is the whistle. And what does Franklin want us to know about the whistle? Well, he wants to warn us. He wants to inform us of what could happen when you spend or waste your money or waste your time on things that don't matter. So what does it say? Textual evidence that shows what the main idea is. And it looks like he talked about that in paragraph 4. Okay, tells a story. My brothers, sisters, and I. Okay, so right here, I found it. Okay, actually, you know what? I think I see it in paragraph 5, to be honest. This, however, was afterwards of use to me, the impression continuing on my mind, so that often when I was tempted to buy some unnecessary thing, I said to myself, don't give too much for the whistle, and I saved my money. So the moral lesson, I think he first says it right here, okay? So the main idea, oh, there's the bell. Okay, main idea. And I'm just going to annotate for that. All right. So we have the main idea right here in paragraph 5. That's where I think it is instead of paragraph 4. I don't know why that keeps doing that. It's so weird. Where'd it go? Okay, there it is. This thing. Main idea. Okay. So there's 2 more questions that I need to annotate for, but I just wanted to give you guys kind of an idea of how to do the annotations on this assignment in case I'm not able to do it with you. But class is going to start pretty soon, and so hopefully we're going to keep our fingers crossed. Hopefully you won't need to watch this video, but just in case, that's what we're doing. Okay. Let's see, really fast. I just want to bring you back to Schoology. Also, there is an assignment after you annotate. There's some questions that you're going to need to ace on a document that looks like this. Okay, and this all deals with the questions that we've been working with. The first half, this part is not going to be graded. These are just to kind of help you find evidence first so that you can ace the questions later, okay? So if I were you, I would take a minute or 2 and look at these questions, answer them here. Again, I'm not going to grade this part, okay? Oh, and there's a little ace poster to help you. But when you get to the second page, you'll see these 3 questions, okay? They all relate to the evidence that you put here. So make sure you read each question carefully and then type your responses in the boxes accordingly. I put the poster here so that you can use the sentence starters. Okay, this evidence shows that according to the text, the author states, to help you get started in answering the questions in case you get stuck. All right, so hopefully this was a little bit helpful to you. Again, hopefully you won't need it. We'll be working in class together. Okay, bye.